what is your take on aliens?
Would you get that fucking thing out of my face? I don't have time for this shit.
All right. Thank you.
You see how well my on the scenes go? Not great at all. But it gets better. So the third take, I actually got somebody with a story.
Ooh.
It's a pretty damn good story. So we're going to listen to that one right now.
This is Aaron on the scene, here to interview this unsuspecting person. Sir, do you believe in aliens?
Has there ever been anybody on the moon?
That's a good question. Has there been?
Yeah, and are they still there?
Is there somebody on Mars?
Possibly.
Okay, what do you think about Bigfoot? Is he alive?
Yes, Bigfoot was in my backyard, and I saw him on a farm about the half size of a telephone pole. Me and another person stopped and looked and said, "What the heck is that?"
Did you do anything to him?
No, he kept walking away.
Where did you see this at? Like, was it in the fall? Was it the winter, spring, summer?
Summertime, heading into work, early morning, light.
Can you describe what he looked like?
Yeah, he actually looked like a person wearing hunter's gear for like duck hunting, where they wear all the hanging fringes off of it. And that's kind of what we thought, but there was no rifle. I'm talking to this other guy. I'm like, look at this guy. Look at this hunter. No rifle, wearing all this stuff. And then when he walked near the telephone pole, he was huge, like giant. And the guy looks at me and goes, "What was that?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
How tall would you say this creature or being was?
Over 10 feet.
Wow. What year was this?
Boy, 1988.
Wow. Okay, all right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you think of that?
Damn. 10 feet tall, over 10 feet tall Bigfoot.
Yeah. Kind of sound like he was annoyed at first, but when you talked about Bigfoot, and he was like, "All right, well, let me tell you this."
So yeah, that was a pretty crazy Bigfoot experience, right?
Yeah, so, 1 out of 3. You got a home run.
Yeah.
Or RBI at least.
Yeah, I didn't strike out. I think we should start doing that. I think we should start doing our on the scene, just us, for Patreon.
Damn,
I'll do it each week. I don't mind. I kind of actually enjoy it.
Told you would. I told you would, dude. It's not that hard.
I'm going to start doing it. You know what? Matter of fact,
I'll try to do some.
Patreon exclusive each week's going to be us. Right? So there you go.
We could do that.
Nice. All right. I'm guessing that's the end of the episode.
Yeah. So
Yep.
it was a good short one, but with a lot of info.
Yep.
Yeah. Still unsolved as to why they were found dead, but some good theories, some interesting theories.
I know it.
Denise killed him.
The niece killed him? Is that what you just said?
Oh my
The niece killed him.
Oh my God. You solved it. The niece
solved
killed
it.
him.
She's just like, "Why are you going to go buy a car when my husband owns the dealership here? Huh? You know what? Screw this. I'm going to get you guys back for this." She followed him up in that Jeep.
Nice. Okay. I like that.
But no, that's it.
All right. I want to thank you for joining us today. And again, thank you for the support. You are amazing, every single one of you. Aaron just doesn't say it to say it. Daniel doesn't say it to say it. I don't say it just to say it. We say it because we really, really mean it. You all are amazing. So with that being said, Dan and Aaron, you want to roll us out?
Sure will. It's okay to be out of this world with your thoughts.
Because you're not alone.
This week on Retronauts, we discovered the secrets hidden within Scary Larry's vault. Hey everybody, welcome to Retronauts, and yes, that was a Geraldo reference for you 40-year-olds. This is episode 32. Before I continue, let me introduce my guest. To my right, I have...
Will Herring.
And Will, who are you?
I was the reviews editor at GamePro until last week.
Okay. And then we have...
Kat Bailey.
Kat.
And I was the previews editor until last week, as well as the host of Role Players Realm, which does not exist anymore.
Are you going through podcast withdrawal?
Not anymore, because I'm here.
Yay! You can stop the shakes now. Who else do we have?
I'm Matt Leone. I never worked for GamePro, but I felt like being here.
What do you do for One Up, Matt?
A little bit of different things, I
Yeah,
guess.
Matt's our
It's kind of
utility
undefined.
infielder.
Yeah.
And who else do we have?
Ray Barnhold, and I worked at GamePro for 3 months, but it's okay because I got to go to E3, and that's the only reason I'm here.
Oh
High
yeah,
five.
there's a high five. Don't worry, we'll have time for the airing of grievances
Wait.
as this is the Festivus holiday season.
Bob, did you totally use
I was
a
wondering why
sports
that poll
reference
was here.
to in regards to Matt Leone?
Yeah, he's the utility infielder, outfielder.
that's-
Did I get it right?
That's hardcore. Good job.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you wherever I heard that from, because it certainly wasn't a baseball game.
Probably from me.
Yes.
Did you hear from Bo?
Bo doesn't know cliched game journalist language.
Okay.
If
So-
anybody is wondering why Matt is here, he is
I don't
very
even know.
interested in game magazines.
Yeah,
and his
Matt
shows.
can't stop paging through this old issue of GamePro. Actually, there were several old issues of GamePro. We'll talk about more about that later. Let's move on to the few brief retro news items I have for today. So there are two releases to talk about. They're not super important, but I just like to let you guys know what's out and about on the digital download stores. 3DS eShop release is Adventure Island for $3.99, and it's actually a port of the NES's Adventure Island 2. Is that correct, Ray?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you as my Hudson expert.
Yeah, no. I love that game, too.
How close is it to the NES game?
really close.
Okay.
Yeah. Sort of like how we were talking about last time about DuckTales and stuff. Very
Right.
close to the NES version.
Would you recommend it? I need some sort of authority on this.
Mm,
$4, Adventure Island, Game Boy?
$4.
You did just say you loved it.
Yeah. Well, I do have the sentimental.
I really like Adventure Island 2 for the NES, and I hated the first
Yeah.
Adventure Island, so...
If I have never played an Adventure Island game, let's just pretend.
Sure.
Should I buy it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. It's a very well-rounded Adventure Island game, no matter what platform it's on.
I say it's a good introduction to the series.
Right. And
However
it's
brief
not
it is.
it's not super hard like the first one or anything either.
Yeah. So yeah, no one else cares about Adventure Island. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, these are very minor releases.
Yeah.
And the second release is even more minorer, I guess.
Hmm.
It's Final Fantasy VI on PSN, but you know what? It's a crappy port, just like the Chrono Trigger port.
Oh.
And
Not
also,
that crappy.
I mean, it's not as bad as the Chrono Trigger port, I would
No,
say.
I think it's worse.
You think it's worse?
I'm speaking as someone who was actually suckered into paying full price for this thing when it came out back in the day.
Yes, I
I'm
did too.
still pretty burned by that. Even if I did get to play Final Fantasy V for the first time, like I was like, that's cool. It will totally replace my old copy of Final Fantasy VI. What's all with all this slow down?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Why all
like,
the load times? It
there
was unplayable.
Slow down during the summons and lots of loading and stuff like that. So really, it's on Virtual Console. So there's no reason. I mean, that seems to be the purest version of the game you can get. I mean, the GBA version is still good, but it does have issues too. Like the music is not going to be as perfect as it is on the SNES.
It's slightly tinnier.
Yeah, it's a little tiny bit off.
Buy the Chrono Trigger on the DS and buy the Final Fantasy VI on the Wii.
Yeah.
Or
I would,
or an SNES. You could do that too.
I would agree. Do we have anybody that would want to argue against this? No.
No, not
No,
really.
but
Yes.
it is a great game
Yeah.
in general.
I think we talked about it to death via podcasts and articles and stuff. I
Yes.
mean, Final Fantasy VI is great. It could be the best Final Fantasy. It could not be the best Final Fantasy. I think it's
It
still...
has a cast of thousands.
Yeah.
And,
But should it be remade in HD graphics?
No.
On the iPhone.
No. wait. Is it on the iPhone yet?
Not yet.
Okay, that'll be next year, and it'll look hideous, and no one will buy
And
it.
it will have horrible frame rates.
Yes. Okay.
So that's to look forward to.
That's for the future. Okay, let's move on to letters. I have a few letters here. Nick from Kalamazoo writes, during your B-List RPG cast, which Kat was a part of,
Wow.
I was saddened that you didn't talk more about Grandia. The series might not have had the best story, but its combat was definitely new at the time. Being able to dodge enemies on the map cut down on the random encounters. It gave some of the power back to the players. And then he goes on to explain some of the highlights of Grandia's battle system, which I will not go into here. How do we feel about Grandia? I think we talked a little bit about it when the director died back in August, and we did sing its praises. So, Nick, if you haven't heard that episode, I forget which one it was, but if you look around the time when that guy died, it was shortly thereafter that we talked about Grandia.
I just want to say that the Grandia battle system is my favorite battle system of any Japanese RPG.
Oh, wow. Those are strong words.
Well, it's a perfect mix of turn-based gameplay along with kind of the intensity of like the real time, since you're watching the enemy come around on that little time gauge, but then you can interrupt them and everything. Right. And it's really fast and really like terrifying for the most part, especially in the latest boss battles. They when you're like, oh god, it's gonna use a super attack, I have to interrupt it, oh god.
Right,
so.
And I think it did borrow a little bit from strategy RPGs in that you could see the order in which characters would move, and your actions also determine which order you would move in. So you had to also keep that in mind, like who's gonna go when, how will that affect what happens to me next.
The best feeling in the world was when you did actually manage to get in and interrupt one of those super attacks.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And it's also correspondingly you were despondent when it did actually manage to launch a super attack and